Barty survives scare to win first round. 1 Ashleigh Barty, AUS, D Lesia Tsurenko, UKR, 5-7, 6-1, 6-1. Ash Barty offered a small scare, just a shiver up the spine of fatalistically nervous locals fearing a home curse, before confidently asserting herself not only on her match but on this Australian Open. As Sam Stosur departed in the first round again on another court, Barty resisted falling victim to home pressure and elevated her game by degrees after dropping the first set in her first match of the Australian Open. It was disappointing to not start as well as I would have liked. All in all, I think it was really nice to be able to tighten the screws, run away with it in the second and third, Barty said after beating Ukrainian Lesia Tsurenko 5-7, 6-1, 6-1. I was frustrated in the first set that I wasn't hitting the ball in the court when I wanted to. I think I was aiming for big targets and missing by quite a bit, which I wasn't comfortable with, I wasn't happy with. Barty said that having been down early in matches before, she knew not to panic and to be philosophical about the state of the game. I think you have to fight no matter what the score is. Whether you're down in the first set or down and kind of almost out of it, I think it's important to try and fight for every single point, she said. Each point has the same value. I think it's just important to turn up every single point, do the best that you can. Knowing that I've come back from being a set down in many matches is good. I'd prefer not to be in that situation. Barty has spoken of how she has liberated herself as a player mentally by acknowledging and embracing her vulnerabilities. She has used that mental shift to energize her career and elevate herself to world number 1. She would have felt utterly vulnerable in the middle of center court and down a set in her very first Grand Slam match of the year as the world's top player. The 23-year-old lost her opening service game and played catch-up throughout the first set as Tsurenko played the more confident and assertive game. Twice Barty was able to come from a breakdown, yet the pressure from Tsurenko did not abate as she prevailed 7-5. Tsurenko had won the only time the pair had played before, and despite her lowly 120 ranking, she was coming back from an elbow injury and is a better player than her ranking suggests. Dropping the first set had a chastening effect on Barty, who regathered and elevated her game in the second set. She moved Tsurenko around the court, tightened her game to stop making the unforced errors that had cost her the first set, and looked a vastly better player. In the first set I was still in my control, but I was rushing a bit, trying to finish off points too quickly, Barty said. She accounted for Tsurenko in the second set 6-1 in just under half an hour and romped through the third set 6-1. This time last year she was 15th in the world and an optimistic thought for a hometown hope. Each step she took in improving her ranking was still set against the curious idea of where she had come from as a player who went away from the game to play elite cricket. 12 months on, she arrives in the tournament as the world number 1, a French Open winner, and everything she does is now set against the idea of how far she can go, not how far she has come. After the first round, the idea of how good she is and how far she can go can be measured in terms of an accomplished first round that offered the maturity of a top player to absorb the first set loss, acknowledge the quality of her opponent and know she could trust her game.